Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 150 of Why Did I Buy This? This series started as a way to help crafters find unique ways to use products that are in their collections. It's also a great series for new crafters who are wondering what they need to get started. My name is Lindsay. I am the team leader of Cloud9 Stampers. I have been a demonstrator for over 20 years and I love to craft and share ideas with you. So I have been working in my studio. As you know, I've been away a lot this summer. It's been really a nice break for me. But I am back in town now and back in my studio mostly full time. So I've been working away on things, and right now I'm sort of in a fall mood because the leaves are falling, the weather's getting cooler, getting back into sweater weather. And so today I've been playing with not only some fall themed items, but also a little bit of that holiday too. Hello, Deanna. Say hi when you tune in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If this is your first time watching, welcome. And you can also let me know if you're watching the replay. So, yeah, there's a few things I want to share with you. First of all, I have a couple of in-person classes coming up. So the first one is a pumpkin spice themed class. That's this Monday, October 16th from 7 to 9 p.m. So if you live locally and would like to come, then just give me a message and I'll reserve your spot. I have a couple of spots left. And just as a little sneak peek, every attendee is getting their own little takeaway cup of pumpkin spiced pretzels from a local candy shop. So this is just an extra little treat to say thank you for coming to the class. Hello, Elaine. And then I also have a class coming up on October 25th, and this is the Fall in Love with Soft Pastels. So soft pastels, everybody's going to be getting their own soft pastel kit, but soft pastels are a coloring tool, and they come with a variety of chalk coloring tools. And I'm going to be teaching 3 different techniques, and you're all going to be walking away with your own little kit of pastels. So I have a few spots left in that one too, but again, you're going to want to message me ASAP so that I can make sure I have your set of pastels for you. So yeah, a couple of great classes. I also have a class coming up next Thursday at the Muttart. We're doing a coloring class. And so you can register for that through movelearnplay.edmonton.ca and just go through the adult registered programs in the crafting section. You will find my class there. I think there's 2 spots left in that. So if you're looking for in-person classes, those are the 3 I have going on this month. I also have some ordering specials. So if you place an order that is $35 or greater, you're going to get a mini maker kit in the mail. So this has a few bits and bobs to help inspire your creativity, and you'll get a handmade card from me. If your order reaches $100, you're also going to receive a set of new embellishments in the mail. So that's just a thank you for ordering from me. You can use the host code on that. Hi, Sharon. Hello, Melinda. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to do the awkward transition so you can see my hands. And while I do that, remember that the best compliment you can give me is to share this video with your friends. So go ahead and hit share now. If you're looking to place an order, you will find a link that is associated with this video. You can just click on that link and it'll take you directly to my online store. Alrighty, so let's do the awkward transition. I'm going to clip you in to my stand. I know there's fancier ways to do this, but you know, I don't really feel like being fancy. Sharon says, I'm looking forward to our pool party project. Yeah, guess what? It's the Pee Your Pants card. Okay, so the product that we are using today, I just have the wrapper. So this is the Abundant Beauty Decorative Masks. These just came back in stock, so they have been a hot ticket item. So best to get them on your shopping cart now and order them before they run out. But what I love about them is it's themed for multiple things, and it comes with a set of masks that's meant for layering. So this one here has 4 different masks, and it is a sunflower layering mask. So I'm going to set aside my the 3 that I don't need at the moment, and I'm going to bring in a piece of Very Vanilla. I find Very Vanilla is nice for like those fall themed where you just don't want that crisp white. Now I like to use just a smidge of adhesive on the back of my cardstock, and this is going to help to hold this in place. And we're just gonna line it up with my grid paper so that I know it's straight. Now the nice thing about these masks, can you guys see that there's a notch here? So that helps you know what direction to line them up with. So all of my notches are going to be on the left side today. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. No, don't do it, don't do it. Okay, so I want it just a little bit off the edge. And again, I'm going to use my grid paper because we've already lined up our paper underneath, and we're gonna do the same here. Now, I am such a big fan of the new Lemon Lolly ink. So as you probably know, our Stampin' Up! Colors come in multiple coordinating products. So ink refill, cardstock, and embellishments. So I'm going to use my ink with a blending brush. You can see I pulled out a new one so that it would not muddy the very light yellow. So we're going to start by just going over top of our sunflowers, and I'm going darker at the center, and then I'm going to fill in around the outsides. So sunflowers are kind of a fall themed flower, don't you find? Because they're sort of at their peak in that fall season. So I'll move aside my Lemon Lolly, and I'm going to bring in now my favorite neutral. This is an in color, so one of the colors that changes every 2 years. And this one is called Pebbled Path. So I'm going to remove my stencil. Ooh, it looks so pretty. And then I'm going to bring in now the circles. So again, I will look for that notch, and I'm going to, it actually has numbers on it too. I like to do the solid circle before I do the more detailed circle. So we're gonna line it up with our centers of our sunflowers, just like that. And I'm going to bring in a blending brush to do the pebbled path. So let's make sure we've got it lined up properly. Okay, so we're gonna go lighter on this one. Not too light, but we're going to be putting a second layer, like a 2-step mask on top of it. Okay, so now we can remove that. And for cleaning these, you can just run them under your sink. They're really, really easy to clean that way. So here we've got the second step of our 2-step masking. There's my notch, and I'm going to line it up with the circles. So the detail on the sunflower is actually off-centered. So now we're going to pick up more Pebbled Path, and we're going to go in darker, like so. How many of you have tried these masks? Look, doesn't that look cool? Okay. And next, we're going to bring in the soft seafoam. I love this color. It is so pretty. So we've got our leaves. Again, we're looking for the notch, and then we're going to line this up. So I want them sort of interspersed with my flowers, like that. Okay. Now I'll bring in a small blending brush. These are a little bit less expensive than the big ones. And again, I'm kind of concentrating the ink at the ends of the leaves, and then I'm gonna pull back in and go in a little bit lighter. It just gives for a little bit of extra dimension to the masked image that you're putting down. So there you have that beautiful sunflower. Now I wanted to bring back in my sunflower mask for a second and just show you kind of an over-the-top extra step. You'll notice I'm using washi tape to hold it in place, just to keep, you could use masking tape if you have that at home. So now I'm going to bring in my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to just make sure my masks are lined up, and I'm going to go over the big petals here. So just using the mask to layer on the shimmering, like platinum shimmer that you can do with the Wink of Stella. Just adding a little bit of that fall glimmer. Isn't that fun? So it's nice because you can go right over top without having to be too careful. It's really, really quick. And a Wink of Stella goes a long, long way. I think they're like maybe around the $12 mark, but I've like just started replacing ones that I've had for years and years, and I use them a lot. So here you can see is that shimmery background. Can you guys see that? Oh, Susan says she's been crafting a lot with these masks. They're fun. They're really fun. Okay, so I also have just a little border here. So this is where our greeting is going to go, but I'm going to skip ahead and just show you the finished card. So here you can see the finished card. Now, there's one other little thing that I wanted to point out, and that's this. So you guys have seen me use the basic effects or the pearlized enamel effects in white a lot. I love, love, love that. So this year in our annual catalog, we came out with a metallic enamel effects basics. So it comes in copper, silver, and gold. So I'm going to use my copper, and I'm going to add a little bit of detail here. So I'll just add one here, and then a couple here. So this is a really affordable way to give the look of embellishments without having to buy just a few embellishments. I mean, this lasts forever. What I love about it is it dries with dimension. Can you see how it's lifted off the card? And it also is self-leveling. So you can dip it onto the card and then it kind of forms a circle itself. So it's really, really forgiving when you put it onto your project. So that's project number 1. Let's move on to project number 2. So this is a very fun one to do. I'm going to use my Very Vanilla again. And this time I'm going to bring in some ink refills. So the colors I'm using are Lemon Lolly, hello, Pumpkin Pie, Cajun Craze, and Real Red. So these are some of my fall colors. I'm going to bring in a baby wipe, and I'm just going to fold it up. So like this, and then one more time like this. Okay, so now we've got this little folded baby wipe. And I'm going to just bring in a clear block just to kind of keep from getting onto my paper. So now we are going to add ink drops to it. So I'm going to start with my Lemon Lolly. We're going to add a few drops here. Then I'll put on the Pumpkin Pie. Cajun Craze. And Real Red. If you haven't tried this technique before, my friend, you're gonna love it. Okay, so now I'm going to layer I'm actually gonna bring in another block. Do you guys use your blocks for like palettes sometimes? It just keeps your grid paper a little cleaner. Okay, so I'm going to use this as an ink spreader. So I'm going to start off the page and I'm going to drag it along my cardstock. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the other side. Just like that. I didn't really get the red on there. We could do red on this side, I suppose. There we go. So then you get this really beautiful background and it's so concentrated. So once you have this made, you can really do, you know, tons and tons and tons of them because this lasts a very long time. Our ink refills are very concentrated. So I'll move this aside and then I'm going to bring in my leaf template. So once again, let's use a tiny bit of glue on the back just to kind of hold it in place. Use our grid paper to line it up. And then I'm going to layer this on and I'm going to use another piece of my washi tape. This is just going to hold it in place. So next, I'm going to bring in my Pebbled Path again. I use this one so much. And I'll bring back in my blending brush. And now we're going to use the blending brush to add the images from the template onto our paper that we've made. So of course you can use any colors that you want in the background. anything that's going to coordinate with your project. And then use a darker color to go over top. Just like that. Isn't that fun? Okay, when we lift that off, you get that beautiful, vibrant fall look. I mean, isn't that stunning? Yeah, okay, I see the wow faces. Thank you for that. I know, it's so pretty. So next, we are going to do a little tearing technique. So just pulling towards you. And I like to hold my thumb right where I'm tearing because I want to have a little more control over what it looks like. Roxanne, you like that? Perfect. And then I'm going to bring in my pebbled path background. So this is actually going to go onto the project like so. We're actually going to do it this way. Use my adhesive to add it to the project, like that. And then I've recently fallen in love with the online exclusive paper. It is glitter paper that is self-adhesive. So what it means is it's actually a sticker sheet. When you cut it out with your dies or your punches, it has the sticker backing on it. Let's see if I can do this on video. Just got to get my nail underneath it. This is where your take your pick tool is helpful. There we go. And so now we can add this to the project without having to add adhesive to it. So I've got another one here. We'll stick that on like so. And then this one, we're going to tuck underneath the greeting, which I'll show you how to make in just a second here. Oh, come on. There's like a little train of kids outside my window right now. That was what the wooing was. That's really funny. It looks like maybe a kindergarten. Wonder where they came from. Okay, so this is going to tuck underneath the greeting like that. Okay, now I also have been enjoying a brand new product. This one is called Heartfelt Hexagon. How many of you participated in World Card Making Day on October 7th? This was a free event from Stampin' Up. I do believe there's replays. And this was one of the products that they used. It's a bundle and it comes with this incredible new punch. I love, love, love the punch. And so here we're going to be making our greeting. So I'm bringing in another piece of Very Vanilla. I'm going to use my pebbled path. We will stamp our little border. Let me just move this so you guys can see a little better. And then we will bring in a greeting. So this right here is gonna go like so. Okay, and then we will bring in the punch and punch out that greeting. Okay. So now this is going to layer on top of the project like so. Now I'm going to skip ahead and show you the rest of the card when it's finished. So here we have the backdrop with our little masking. You can see our glitter paper. And then I've just added in some coordinating pebbled path twine. I love that it's sort of rustic and looking like, oh, thanks, Bilkis. And looking like fall, right? Want that rustic feel. And then, just like with our copper, I brought in the gold metallic enamel effects, and I added a couple of little dots there to just coordinate with the glitter. So much fun. Okay, now we're going to move on to the PYP. And so, yes, as you mentioned, I did bring in some pool party for this project. Let me bring in the supplies to show you how we're going to make this. So this one here, we're going to use some basic white cardstock, and I'm going to bring in my Pool Party and Lost Lagoon ink. Now, how happy am I to have a darker coordinating color to Pool Party? Yeah, Lost Lagoon looks incredible with the Pool Party. I'm bringing in a small blending brush. We're going to start with our Pool Party first. And on one end of the project, we're going to add our Pool Party blend. So we're just going to go over top of it, little circles, starting dark and going to light, giving that ombre effect with Pool Party. So all the way along, we'll kind of, again, start dark and then drag it down like so. Okay. In Canada, we celebrated Thanksgiving last week, but I actually haven't celebrated it yet. We were in Illinois visiting a Stampin' friend of mine. And so this Saturday, tomorrow, we're celebrating Thanksgiving with my brother and his family. And I'm looking forward to some turkey. So how many of you got to enjoy turkey this weekend, my Canadian pals? Okay, so Lost Lagoon is coming in on the other side. Again, we're starting dark, and we are pulling that color in and bringing it towards the center, like so. My puppies were very excited to see me after being away for 5 days. They always feel like they've been abandoned, but they were actually home with my daughter, so it's not like they were. They just really like to spend time with me. In fact, London is sleeping on the bed in here right now. And then the baby is just sleeping outside of my door in his little X-Pen. Okay, I'm going to leave my Lost Lagoon out. So now I'm going to bring in the Sparkling Snowflakes stamp set. So this one comes as a bundle as well. And here you can see it comes with a tag topper punch. So when you purchase things as a bundle, there's one code and you get a 10% discount. If you're a demonstrator, you would get 10% off of your 20 to 25% discount. Now, I should mention that we do have a demonstrator promotion happening right now. So with the demonstrator promotion, you get either 35% more in your kit or 35% off of your kit. So it's a great time to join Stampin' Up! If you've been thinking about getting that discount, becoming a demonstrator, joining the community, teaching classes. Whatever your reason for joining is the right reason. I have a really great team of crafters that we like to get together for online classes monthly. So it's a really, really nice time to join. And if you have questions, I would love to be able to answer those for you. All right, I'm bringing in my snowflake template now. And again, I'm going to use just a tiny bit of adhesive on the back, and we're going to layer that here. And then we're going to layer this using our grid paper to line it up. Okay, like so. So now I'm going to bring in my shimmery white embossing paste. Now this paste is very, very cool. It dries quickly and it already has the glitter added to it. So it makes it a really, really simple product to use. We do have tools that help you to add these on. There's one more tool to this, but these are the two I like to use. Now I'm going to dip into my paste. You can see it's kind of like icing. And we're going to layer that on over top of our mask. Okay. So going over top of all the openings in the snowflakes. Just like that. And I love that the snowflake one has little dots in it, so there's lots of details added to it. So anything I'm not using, I can scrape back into the pot. It's helpful to have a baby wipe or some other cloth you don't mind getting the embossing paste onto so that you can clean your tools. Because like I said, it dries within a minute or two. So you do want to make sure that you have the lid closed and you scrape off your tools and clean your tools prior to it drying, because it does tend to last. So I'm scraping off any of the excess here, and I'm going to pull that off. We will shut the embossing paste up, and I will pull this off and reveal the beautiful shimmery snowflakes. Now, just because I don't want this drying on my mask, I'm going to use my baby wipe to get off any of the extra that's there. And then we can set that aside. So let me show you how beautiful this looks. I love that because the embossing paste adds texture. Can you see it lifting off the page? As well as the glitter to it. So you've got the snowflakes in the background that we've added with the Sparkling Snowflake stamp set. We have the detail that we've added with the blending brush. And now we're going to add a little bit of splatter because you guys know I love to add me some splatter to a project. So I'm bringing in the Pretty Peacock and just going to use my lid and very gently flick the tip of the marker over our background. And that gives us that look, just like that. Now we're going to set that aside to dry for a minute, and I'm going to bring in my Sparkling Snowflakes Tag Punch. I hosted with my team members, Kelly and Lauren, a 35 and 35 event recently, and we used this bundle as the giveaway for our attendees. So one of the things I'll point out is there's these two lines here, and as long as you have them, like this is 2 inches if you go all the way to the borders, as long as you cut it between the border and those lines, you'll be able to see all of the detail on the punch. So it kind of gives you like a little guide to be able to do that. So now I'm going to punch. I didn't do it right. After I just gave you that tip, I didn't line it up properly. Okay, there we go. I think when I set it down, I moved it. There, that's better. Okay, let's scooch that aside. And then we're going to add this to the project. So this is going to layer behind on the project like that. So we'll just add a little bit of tape and stick that down. Now for the greeting, I really enjoy this greeting that's come out in our annual catalog. This is called Throughout the Year, and it has a little bit of everything. But again, really nice fonts. The size of the greetings are nice and big. So we're just going to bring in the Happy Holidays and stamp that. And I also wanted to add a little bit of the pool party ribbon. So I'm going to kind of play with fire here because this isn't quite dry, but we're going to just pretend like it is. So I'm going to use, actually I'm just going to use my old Crocodile. Do you guys remember this? They were very handy for punching through multiple things. It's like an old vintage product from Stampin' Up. We are going to bring in this gorgeous pool party grosgrain ribbon, and you're going to filter it up the hole from the back. So this is called a one-hole bow. So just like that. Then you're just going to hold it, and you're going to wrap the ribbon around to the back. And then you're going to cut it so you have enough ribbon to be able to tie a bow. I like to cut it on an angle because it's just a little bit easier to fill through the hole again. So just like that. So now you want to make sure that that loop is around your cardstock, and you're going to pull it until it tightens. So it acts as a self-tightening mechanism. It's kind of like, you know, when somebody puts their finger in the knot for you, it kind of does that action for you. And it's nice because it's nice and tidy behind the project. So I'm just going to make sure I don't over tighten it. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to tie a bow, loop it around, and find my end. There we go. And then just pull it tight like that. And then adjust the loops until you get the look you want. And then you can trim the edges of the ribbon so that it's nice and clean. Okay, let's skip ahead to the end and I'll show you the PYP card. So mounted onto Lost Lagoon cardstock, here you can see that. So here's the tag just peeking through. I've added the Happy Holidays. Here is just a little piece of that silver adhesive glimmer that's on the exclusive online exclusives rack. You can see here's my little one-hole bow. And this one I actually did on the card, so you can see it's like on the inside, but it looks nice. And then I embellished it with the adhesive back glitter sequins, one of my favorites. So what do you think, PYP? Yay, oh, thanks, Deanna. So I have our PYP card. I have that stunning fall background. And then I have, oops, the little sunflower card. So if you're thinking to yourself, Lindsay, why don't I have these products? Head to my online store. Like I said, the link is here in this video, and you can shop away. Any order over $35, you're going to receive a package in the mail from me with some little thank you goodies, a little mini maker kit. And then you will also receive a bigger gift with a $100 order, and that's a set of embellishments. And remember, I do have in-person classes happening this month, so you can go to my Facebook page here and see the details on those. But the first one is the pumpkin spice class on Monday night, where my attendees are going to receive a little treat as well as the cards that we're making. I mean, seriously, how cute is that? And then the second class is the soft pastels class. So you guys are going to receive your own set of soft pastels and learn 3 techniques on how to use them. Okay, my friends, have an amazing weekend, and we will craft together soon. Bye for now.